Hello viewers, welcome to Senior College Mathematics. In this series of teachings, we have algebraic fractions. Lesson 4, equations involving fractions. Examples. The instruction is solve for the unknown letter in each of the following equations. Example 23. You have 1 over 2 times bracket open s minus 1 bracket close minus 1 over 4 times bracket open 3 minus s bracket close equal to 2. One thing I prefer doing when solving equations involving fraction is to clear the fractions, and you do that by using the LCM to multiply through. In this case, the LCM of the denominators 2 and 4 is 4. So the first term, you multiply it by the LCM. The second term, multiply it by the LCM. The right hand side, multiply it by the LCM. So you multiply through the equation by the LCM. So here 4 divided by 2, you have 2 remaining times the other term. 4 we cancel 4, you are left with this, and it is equal to 8. Next thing is to open the brackets. If you use this 2 times s minus 1, you have 2s minus 2. Here is minus 1 times 3 minus s. You have minus 3 plus s equal to 8. If you add the like terms in the left hand side, you have 3s minus 5 equal to 8. Next thing is to collect like terms. You simply transfer minus 5 to the right hand side, it becomes plus 5. So you have 3s equal to 8 plus 5, and 3s is equal to 13. Next thing is to divide both sides by 3, the coefficient of s, in order to have s standing alone, and s is simply equal to 13 over 3. In mixed fraction, you have 4 whole number 1 over 3. Example 24. You have s plus 1 over 2 plus s plus 2 over 3 equal to 14 minus s minus 5 over 4. We need to clear the fractions, and to do that, you multiply through by the LCM, which is 12. So the first term, you multiply it by 12. And again, I prefer using bracket if the numerator is 2 terms and above. You know, when you are to open the bracket, the coefficient multiplies each term in the bracket. But if you don't use bracket, to some people, there is tendency of multiplying only the first term, leaving the rest. So I prefer using bracket if the numerator is 2 terms and above. The second term in the fraction, you multiply it by 12. The first term in the right hand side, multiply it by 12, and the second term by 12. Divide 12 by 2, you have 6. To multiply s plus 1. Divide 12 by 3, you have 4. To multiply s plus 2, here remains the same. Divide 12 by 4, you have 3. To multiply s minus 5. Next thing, is to open the brackets with their respective coefficients, and you have this result. Add like terms in both sides. You have 10s plus 14 equal to 183 minus 3s. Next thing is to collect like terms. 10s is here, you have it here. If you transfer minus 3s, it becomes plus 3s. 183 is here, you transfer plus 14, it becomes minus 14. And after addition and subtraction, you have 13s over 169. To get s, divide both sides by 13. When you do that, s is equal to 13. Example 25, we have 2 over s plus 2 equal to 2 over s plus 1 minus 1 over s plus 4. We need to clear the fractions, and we do that multiplying each term by the LCM. And because the factors in the denominator are different, the LCM is their product. So you have the first term multiplied by the LCM, and you multiply the right hand side by the LCM. Notice that you are multiplying each term in the bracket by the LCM. So this factor will remove this factor. You are left with this. If you multiply this term by the LCM, this will remove this. You are left with this multiplied by 2, and that is what you have here. If you multiply this term by the same LCM, this factor will remove this. You are left with the product of the first two factors multiplied by minus 1, and you have it in this form. Next thing is to expand. If you expand this first, you have this result. If you expand this, you have this result. And when you expand this, you have this result. Lastly, in the expansion series, you need to use the terms that are outside to open the respective brackets. If you use 2 to open this bracket, you have 2s squared plus 10s plus 8 equal to, if you use 2 to open this bracket, you have 2s squared plus 12s plus 16. Here is minus 1. If you open this bracket with it, you have minus s squared minus 3s minus 2. Add like terms in the right hand side, and you have this result. You take 2s squared minus s squared, that is s squared. You have 12s minus 3s, you have plus 9s, and plus 16 minus 2, you have plus 14. What we have is quadratic. For us to factorize or use any other method, we need to move all the terms to one side. So let's transfer these 3 terms to the left hand side. You have 2s squared is already there. So if you transfer s squared, you have minus s squared. Plus 10 is already there. You transfer plus 9s, you have minus 9s. Plus 8 is already there. You transfer plus 14, you have minus 14 equal to 0. When you add like terms, you have s squared plus s minus 6 equal to 0. We can solve using factorization method. To factorize, you look for 2 factors of 6 whose sum is plus 1, the coefficient of s, and the product is minus 6. Such factors are plus 3 minus 2, plus 3 minus 2. Next thing is to express the factors in terms of s and replace the middle term with them in this form. The purpose is to have 4 terms so that you factorize by grouping. The first 2 terms, one group, the last 2 terms, the other group. From the first group, you factor out s, you have this result. From the second group, you factor out -2, you have this result. Clearly, s plus 3 is common. If you factor it out again, you are left with s and -1, -2 that combine to form the other factor, and you equate everything to 0. At this point, you equate each factor to 0, and when you transfer the respective constant terms, you have s to be equal to -3 or 2. Under the equations involving fractions, we are going to consider simultaneous linear equations, and we have example 26. m over 4 minus n over 6 equal to -1. Then m over 2 minus n over 5 equal to 10. You take the first equation. To clear the fractions, multiply through by 12, the LCM. So first term times 12, second term times 12, third term, which is the right hand side, times 12. When you simplify, you have 3m minus 2n equal to -12. Let's call that equation 1. You take the second equation. To clear the fractions, multiply through by 10. First term times 10, second term times 10. The third term, which is the right hand side, times 10. Divide 10 by 2. You are left with 5 times m. That is 5m minus. Divide 10 by 5. You have 2 remaining, times n. That is 2n equal to 10 times 10, 100. Let's call that equation 2. Solve equations 1 and 2 simultaneously. You have equation 1, equation 2. Now, I want to use elimination method, and I want to eliminate variable n. I'm doing that because variable n has the same coefficient in both equations, and I'm going to subtract because the signs are the same, negative, negative. By the method of elimination, you ensure that the variable you want to eliminate, the coefficients are the same in both equations. Secondly, you add when the signs are opposite, and you subtract when the signs are the same in both equations. So here I'm going to subtract because you have negative, negative. Now 3m minus 5m, you have minus 2m. The effect of this minus turns here to be plus, so that minus 2n plus 2n is 0. Here is negative by the effect of this minus, so that minus 12 minus 100, you have minus 112, and you have it in this form. To get m, divide both sides by minus 2, and m is equal to 56, because when you divide a negative number by another negative number, you have a positive result. To continue, you need to substitute m equal to 56 into equation 1 or 2, not both at the same time. So I'm going by equation 1. This is equation 1. Anywhere m is, you replace it with 56. Now 3m means 3 times m. So you have 3 times 56. That is 168 minus 2n equal to minus 12. Minus 12. Next thing is to collect like terms. You have minus 2n here. If you transfer this term, you have it as minus 12 minus 168. And minus 2n is equal to minus 180. To get n, divide both sides by minus 2 and n is equal to 90. Therefore, m is equal to 56 and n is equal to 90. Example 27, you have 0.5s plus 0.2y equal to 5 and 0.6s plus 0.4y equal to 8.4. This is the first equation. You have some decimal coefficients. Now if you convert this decimal fraction to ordinary fraction, you have 5 over 10. This 0.2 becomes 2 over 10. So multiply through by 10 to clear fractions. You have 5s plus 2y equal to 50. That is equation 1. For the second equation, you have 0.6 s to be 6 over 10 s. 0.4y becomes 4 over 10 y, and 8.4 becomes 84 over 10. Multiply through by 10 to clear fractions. You have 6s plus 4y equal to 84. That is equation 2. Solve both equations simultaneously using the elimination method. So you have equation 1 and 2. Here I want to eliminate variable y, so I'm considering variable y. The coefficients need to be the same in both equations. To achieve that, you consider 2 and 4. The LCM is 4, so you make 2 to be 4, and that is possible when you multiply through equation 1 by 2 and equation 2 by 1, so that 4 remains. If 2 multiply through equation 1, you have 10s plus 4y equal to 100, and equation 2 remains the same. The signs are the same. You need to subtract. When you subtract 10s minus 6s, you have 4s plus 4y minus plus 4y, that is 0. 100 minus 84, you have 16. It follows that 4s is equal to 16. To get s, divide both sides by 4 and s is equal to 4. To get y, you need to substitute s equal to 4 into any of the equations. I'm taking equation 2. This is equation 2. You replace s with 4 in this form, and that leads to 24 plus 4y equal to 84. You transfer this term to the right hand side and you have 4y equal to 84 minus 24, and 4y is equal to 60. To get y, divide both sides by 4 and y is equal to 15. Now, you can as well divide through equation 2 by 2 to reduce the coefficient. If you do that, there is no need of multiplying this equation by 2 again, because here is going to be 2 after 2 divides through. So here is 2y, here is 2y. You simply subtract. Example 28, you have 2 over y plus 3 over s equal to 12, 5 over y minus 3 over s equal to 9. Solution. Clearing fractions here is not possible. Try to do so will only result to more complex equations. When you have it in this form, the best approach is to relax y and s first. To do that, let us factor out 2 from this place. So you have 2 times 1 over y. Then the second term becomes 3 times 1 over s equal to 12. For the second equation, you do the same thing and you have this result. To proceed, let 1 over y equal to a, 1 over s equal to b. If you do that in this place, you have 2a plus 3b equal to 12. That is equation 1. If you come here also and do the same thing, you have 5a minus 3b equal to 9. That is equation 2. So you solve equation 1 and 2 using elimination method. This is equation 1 and 2. In this case, it is very easy to eliminate variable b because the coefficients are the same. And here we are adding because the signs are opposite. So you add equations 1 and 2 and you have 7a plus 0 equal to 21. Divide both sides by 7 to get a, and a is equal to 3. To get b, you need to substitute a equal to 3 into equation 1. This is equation 1. You replace a with 3 in this form, and you have 6 plus 3b equal to 12. You transfer plus 6 to the right hand side, and you have 3b equal to 12 minus 6, and 3b is equal to 6. To get b, divide both sides by 3, and b is equal to 2. Mind you, you were not asked to solve for a and b. Solve for s and y. We only introduce a and b to help us get y and s at the end. Let us proceed and solve for s and y. But we have it that 1 over y is equal to a, and a is equal to 3. You can write 3 as over 1 to enable you cross multiply. You have 1 equal to 3y. To get y, divide both sides by 3, and y is equal to 1 over 3. Also, 1 over s is equal to b, and b is equal to 2. So you have it in this form to enable you cross multiply, and you have 1 over 2s. To get s, divide both sides by 2, and s becomes 1 over 2. Therefore, s is equal to 1 over 2, and y is equal to 1 over 3. End of lesson 4. Thanks for watching and learning. Don't forget, watch out for more from the voice of Peter Kos. If you are not safe, your life is in trouble. To avoid that, you have to give your life to the Lord Jesus Christ and confess him as your Lord and personal Savior every day of your life. If you are saved already, congratulations. Live righteously and be prepared, because on the last day, some will be taken and some will be left. Take good care of yourself. Stay out of trouble. Study your books. Do the needful at all times. Flee every appearance of evil. Don't defraud others to make money. Find something good to do with your hands and your brain, and the Lord will bless you. Goodbye and stay tuned.